Good evening, my friend, and welcome to your guided sleep story. This is the Whisper and Learn channel, and it's my honor to be the voice that goes with you to your sleep. Tonight, after the story, the sounds and music will continue to play so they can accompany you a little longer while you sleep. If you want the video to end sooner, YouTube allows you to add a timer that you can set in the settings. Also, make sure to disable autoplay so your sleep won't be interrupted by ads from upcoming videos. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. I wish you a pleasant rest and a great sleep. Now, make yourself comfortable. Inhale deeply through your nose, feeling your chest and belly rise. Hold your breath for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Starting at your toes, consciously relax each part of your body, moving upwards through your legs, hips, torso, shoulders, and arms. Let your muscles feel soft and heavy, releasing the tension of the day. Imagine placing any lingering thoughts or worries into an imaginary box. Close the lid and set it aside. This is your time to rest. Now, close your eyes and allow yourself to be transported to a peaceful world of imagination. Tonight's story is specially designed to guide you into a state of calm, with gentle words and soft music accompanying your dreams. Stay cozy and warm. Whenever you're ready, let's begin. The moon had just risen, casting a gentle, silvery glow over the peaceful forest. The trees swayed softly in the cool breeze, their branches moving like the hands of an old friend, waving you goodbye. The world was settling into the calm embrace of night, and all was peaceful in the forest. Yet, high above, on the quiet edge of the forest, perched an owl on the tallest of the trees. He was no ordinary owl, however. This owl carried with him a wisdom that stretched far beyond the skies he flew under. His feathers, soft as velvet and light as the night breeze, blended perfectly with the night's stillness, allowing him to soar silently without disturbing the peace that enveloped the world. His name was Eldrin, and he was known throughout the land as the Gentle Guide. His job was unlike any other creature in the forest. While the other owls hunted for food or watched over the forest during the night, Eldrin's task was to help those who wandered the world in search of peace and answers. Each night, as the stars twinkled like 1,000 eyes watching over the earth, Eldrin took flight. His wings were wide and graceful, their silent beats stirring only the gentlest of winds. He glided across the forest, past the darkened hills, and through the vast, endless sky. Below, the world slumbered, but there were always a few lost travelers, both human and animal, searching for guidance, for something deeper than the world could offer them in daylight. Eldrin knew the power of patience, the importance of silence, and the quiet strength that could be found in the stillness of the night. As he flew, his mind was filled with stories from the past, stories of those who had once wandered like the lost travelers he now guided. His purpose wasn't merely to fly, but to carry with him the quiet wisdom of the world, guiding those who were ready to listen. On this particular night, as the stars gleamed above, Eldrin noticed a small figure lost at the edge of the forest. A young traveler, cloaked in a thick woolen coat, stood beneath the trees, looking up at the vast sky with wide eyes filled with uncertainty. The traveler, who had journeyed far from their home, was seeking something they could not find, something they didn't yet understand. Perhaps they sought peace, perhaps they were looking for answers to questions they had long carried in their hearts. Whatever it was, they were unsure, and Eldrin could feel the weight of their confusion. With a soft, almost imperceptible flap of his wings, Eldrin swooped down towards the traveler. As he flew silently through the cool air, he knew that his presence alone would not be enough. He must speak, but not with words that could be heard. Instead, he would speak with his essence, with the silent wisdom that emanated from him, as soft and unassuming as the night itself. The traveler did not hear the soft beats of Eldrin's wings as he neared, but they felt something, a sense of calm, as though the night itself had drawn closer to them, wrapping them in its arms. The traveler closed their eyes, taking in a slow, deep breath. For a moment, the world seemed to pause. The wind stilled, the trees stopped rustling, and time itself seemed to hold its breath. All that remained was the gentle, calming presence of the owl. When the traveler opened their eyes again, they saw him, Eldrin, perched on a nearby branch, his golden eyes glistening softly in the moonlight. They looked at him, not in surprise, but in recognition, as though they had been waiting for him to arrive all along. Eldrin didn't need to speak aloud. Instead, he spoke through the silence. Through his calm presence, he conveyed a message far more profound than words could ever express. His presence brought the traveler a sense of comfort, a sense of knowing that the journey they had taken wasn't in vain. The quiet strength of the owl reminded them that they were not truly lost, that the answers they sought would come in time, but only if they allowed themselves to be still, to listen to the world around them. Eldrin's wings fluttered once, just enough to shift the air, and the traveler felt a soft warmth fill their chest. It was as if the owl's wisdom had settled into their heart, wrapping it in peace. They knew that they didn't have to have all the answers right now. The journey itself was just as important as the destination. With a final glance at the traveler, Eldrin took flight again, his wings outstretched in a graceful arc. As he soared higher into the night sky, he sang a quiet tune, a melody that was both gentle and timeless. It was a tune that spoke of patience, of waiting for the right moment, of trusting that everything would unfold as it should. It was a song carried by the winds, a song that spoke not to the ears but to the heart. As Eldrin flew through the cool, crisp night, the traveler watched him disappear into the distance, feeling an unexplainable sense of peace. The owl's song lingered in their heart, filling them with a quiet knowing they had found something they hadn't been able to put into words. The journey would continue, yes, but it would be different now. They had learned something important that night. In the silence, there is much to learn. The traveler continued their walk, but they no longer felt lost. They no longer felt uncertain. The wisdom of the owl was with them, and they would carry it with them, tucked gently into their heart. The stars above seemed a little brighter now, and the night, though still long, no longer felt so dark. Eldrin continued his flight, his wings cutting through the air like whispers, his golden eyes scanning the world below. He knew that the night was long and that there would always be lost travelers to guide. But for tonight, he had done his part. He had shown the traveler the power of silence, of patience, and of quiet strength. And in that moment, Eldrin understood that his job was not just to guide the lost, but to help them find peace in the journey itself. As the owl disappeared into the night, the stars above seemed to shimmer more brightly, as though they too were nodding in approval. The world, for all its chaos, had found a moment of stillness, and in that stillness, both the owl and the traveler had found peace. In the hours that followed, Eldrin continued to fly through the night sky, guiding more travelers, both human and animal. His wings remained steady, his flight smooth, and his wisdom endless. But the lesson of this story, the lesson that he had imparted to the young traveler, was one that would continue to echo through the forest long after the owl had flown beyond the horizon. The journey, no matter how long or uncertain, was always guided by something deeper than the surface. And that something, whether in the form of a gentle owl, the quiet whisper of the trees, or the soft murmur of the wind, was always there to remind us that in silence there is strength, and in patience there is wisdom. As the traveler continued on their journey, they would carry the lesson of the owl with them. And just as the owl had guided them, they would one day guide others, sharing the wisdom of silence and the power of quiet strength with those who needed it most. And so, as the moon rose higher in the sky, and the stars flickered like distant beacons, the night remained still and peaceful, knowing that somewhere, a gentle owl was watching over all. Now, as you drift off into peaceful sleep, remember that each story you've heard tonight has brought you one step closer to understanding and fluency in English. English will come to you gently, just as the night comes, slowly and quietly. Let the soft music and sounds continue to relax you, filling your mind with calm and peaceful thoughts. As the night deepens, let go of any tension and allow yourself to embrace the beauty of rest. I wish you a restful night and a peaceful journey into your dreams. Good night, my friend.